Hello everybody, this is Age of StarCraft once again, bringing another video commentary from my YouTube channel, and I'm continuing here the special treat wagon, bandwagon, or whatever you want to call it, the special treat train. Here, Dimaga spawning on the left side, bottom left side of Steps of War, versus HuK spawning on the top right side as the green KotH. So finally a different color. It's been blue and red every single game. Kind of boring, kind of tedious. Very uneasy on the eyes. Now HuK mixing it up a little bit, choosing the green color over here. Gonna go for a 9 pylon, possibly. There you go. 9 supply pylon. Gonna check here. What is he checking for? Oh, he's mining. Okay. This is something I've seen players do. They actually mine a little bit either here or at their opponent's base, and then when they come back, it's almost like they didn't lose mining time for that drone, for that probe. But I don't know. Probably not a big difference. I mean, 5 minerals at that point in the game, probably not going to be a big deal. And where is that probe? Where did it go? Okay. Oh, okay, so it's putting down a gateway over here. So he probably just wanted him to be busy doing something. He wants to make sure his probes are not thinking that it's days off at HuK's army over here. Excuse me, sorry, I got to get a little distracted. Got a couple of things on my mind, and what was I saying? Oh yeah, HuK's army here, no days off. It is always a slaving day for probes. They always gotta work, they always gotta mine, they always gotta build, and wow, another ninja drone over here. Did you see that sick micro by Dimaga? Just like choo 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 choo, and just went around this probe, and now it's not gonna be able to block this expansion. It's not gonna be able to put a pylon. It's not gonna be able to put anything fancy. And HuK's just like, oh wait, something's not right here. Where's the spawning pool? And like, oh crap, goes back and sees the hatchery. And now the spawning pool going down, and definitely he knows what's going on right now, which means he's gonna go. Yes, this is what I thought. HuK and Steps of War, small maps, short rush distances, very easy to do a 2-gate build, although his is a little bit different than the most aggressive 2-gate build that you can do. But this is pretty much standard 2-gate. It's not like crazy aggressive, but it's gonna put a lot of pressure on the third player right now. This drone even saying, "Probe, get out of here." Believe it or not, this probe can do a lot of damage if left unchecked and the zealots over there and the units are not attacking the probe. I mean, that's 5 damage per second that probe's gonna be doing, or 1.5 seconds, whatever. But look at this. Now it's 16. Is it 16? Yeah, it's 16 plus 5, so that's 21 damage per second instead of just 16, which starts adding up. Every second that this probe's over here hitting this hatchery, it's going to be a lot of damage. And a second cell it's spawning over here, and what does Dimaga have to respond for this? A couple of Zerglings coming out, but this hatch is going to take quite the beating, possibly even going to go down. I mean, these Zerglings are going to spawn any second now. There you go. And even forced to bring a bunch of probes, drones here. I don't know if these are for attacking or just for the expansion. I would imagine they're for attacking, because Zerglings by themselves, yeah, they're for attacking. Zerglings by themselves cannot do a lot of damage to Zealots, so what they're trying to do is trying to surround the Zealots, but doing a little bit of back and forth micro game here. And it's just so funny to see that probe with the mineral in his face. It's kind of, oh my goodness, HuK! Oh, what a jerk! He's putting a pylon down here. He's gonna say, oh, I'm just gonna start morphing units here or something. I don't know what his plans. He doesn't have even gas. He hasn't taken the gas or anything. He doesn't have a cybernetics core. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Maybe gonna block here with a forge. That would be so bad if he doesn't. These zealots getting caught over here, but gonna do a lot of damage. Even doing a little bit of micro back and forth, but more zealots spawning over here. Look at that. That probe finally goes down. I thought it was hilarious how it was almost leading the pack of zealots with the little drones, with the little minerals in his mouth. And what was this pylon for? I'm really confused. HuK being kind of a jerk. That's just intimidating your opponent. It's kind of playing psychological warfare here. So that's going to be taken out. Look at this. Now the queens are forced to attack this instead of doing something else, which they could be putting spawn larvae over here, which they are not. And now HuK's going to retreat here, but I don't know. That's kind of an even exchange, I would call it, because Dimaga was forced to make so many Zerglings. That was so disgusting. And also at the same time, he lost a couple of units. He lost drones. He lost mining time. And all that time, HuK's just been, you know, producing zealots and mining away happily. And what does he have going on over here? Cybernetics core finally going down. Double gas coming up. Gonna be even more aggressive with Zergling zealots. Excuse me. And look at this. Dimaga again forced to make more Zerglings. This is what you want to do. You pressure the Zerg player into not getting a good economy by wasting money into Zerglings. You definitely don't want to be too aggressive, but you want. This is a very good thing that you can do as any player, really, but especially as KotH, have an easier time doing this because Zealots are so strong. They just obliterate Zerglings. And yeah, HuK. Oh my goodness, HuK, you are my hero. I love you. Look at this. He came up all the way up to right here, and then when he saw Vision, he's like, I'm just gonna back up and retreat. And now he's hiding his zealots over here where the Overlord's not going to see him, and he's sending the zealots over here. So as far as Dimaga knows, I mean, it looks like HuK is actually going to go ahead and be aggressive, but as Dimaga has to prepare for this, whether it is here or it is not here, he has to prepare for it. And look at this, Spinecrawler just barely going to come out, possibly going to be taken out almost immediately. All these Zerglings, there are a lot of Zerglings, but not, oh my goodness, that is so many Zerglings, excuse me, I was saying that it's not a Zergling for all these zealots, but just as I said that all the Zerglings started coming out, I'm gonna take these zealots pretty easily and gonna try to go for a run by, but I really doubt. I mean, HuK could definitely. I just don't see how this would happen, but it's a good thing to test your opponent as always. Look at this, even putting a pylon down to narrow down the choke even more, saying, I'm just gonna block it as much as possible. One zealot here gonna be killing Zerglings for the rest of time, and even putting. Whoa, what was that a mistake? HuK, what did you do? What is this? Once his zealot goes down, you need to block this up. You need to block this up. Oh no, the Zerglings are inside the base. This is so bad. HuK, what was that? I gotta say a little bit of this micro there. Possibly thought that his zealot was already blocking there, but it looks like he's been able to recover this. Only losing one sentry so far. Possibly the zealot. No, the zealot stays alive, but he did take more damage than I thought he would have. He definitely needed to have that zealot, the second zealot, just right behind the first zealot, so that once the first one went down, this one would just back up in there and block off the Zerglings again. But he forced Dimaga to be aggressive and lose all those Zerglings. So wow, wow, evening up the resources lost have. But I gotta say, I don't know who is behind here. This so far both players have been so aggressive. Dimaga definitely showing a little bit of more spunk in this game than the last game. Is he getting speed? No, he is not. But he's being so aggressive with these Zerglings. Where did they go? I just saw a bunch of Zerglings spawn. Okay, they're back here. Possibly going to go for the surround. These stalkers are going to see that those two Spinecrawlers are going to say, let's just get out of here and go for the Overlord. He's an easy target. Dimaga's not going to run up here with all these zealots and stalkers trying to be harassive. And oh man, these Overlord, oh, so close to dying. Gonna kite the stalkers here. Beautiful micro by Dimaga. Gotta give it to him. 3 queens over here guarding the front. Putting a couple of Spinecrawlers down. Spawning the larva, and you want to let at least one queen gather energy for transfusion, at least one of them, and looks like Dimaga is going to have enough for 2 here, and a 4th queen over here, so wow, this is definitely a lot of queens. Very unorthodox kind of play, something I think more Zerg players should do, and is the reason because I think the lack of queen use in the early game is the reason why a lot of Zerg players just kind of think that it's too hard for the Zerg to do anything early game, because these are very offensive units in the early game. I mean, yeah, only 4 attack in the ground, but they're ranged units, and if you got 4 of them, they got like 200 HP each, so almost 200 at 175. Not to mention transfusion, creep, tumor. I mean, these are all spells that can be very, 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 very powerful and used in combination. If you've got 3 queens and transfusing each other back to back, and you've got a small force like this, I mean, this is kind of a bigger force. Not what I would recommend to engage here, but look at these spore crawlers going to come up here, transfuse the spine crawlers, excuse me, it's going to be awesome. And all these Zerglings, HuK sees them, he's like, whoa, I am not going to engage all these Zerglings and all these queens with transfusion and everything. Looks like 1 queen went down. Did 1 queen go down? No, 1 queen retreated back here to spawn larva. And yeah, HuK gonna go ahead and expand himself. Actually, he already expanded. I've been too busy yapping. And well, these Zerglings just got speed. They're gonna run in here, but kind of a big mistake.